I mean, yeah, but seriously, that would not surprise me at all, Hoffman. Not even in the least, if that was the case. Xenoblade Donkey Kong Country returns. Awesome, Barry. You're gonna be quite occupied on your Wii. I have to state this since some people are not on Discord. Valve released Steam. Yeah, you know, that took me a while to actually realize, which is pretty crazy. Like I never realized that when it first came out. It's like a great pun, or I don't know if you'd call that a pun or not, but like I never realized that at all. Pretty crazy to think about. After everything that happened tonight, I'm questioning my actions. I found out a parent of mine that I haven't seen in months and was going to an after Thanksgiving dinner for tomorrow was potentially dealing with or using some heavy drugs when they got evicted from their last house. This is just realizing a lot of my past with them made me take off more rose-tinted glasses. I wonder if I'm being horrible and being manipulated with how I responded tonight to them. Ooh, that's hard to sit with, GL. I mean, obviously, I don't know the answer to that, but I could certainly empathize with how unsettling that must feel. Sleep time for me. Just gonna slide further. No problem, Rouse. Take care of yourself. If you need to go to sleep, go to sleep. I'm glad you popped by and said hello. It was great to have you in here. Oh, I would agree with that, D. I mean, I don't know that I would necessarily say that Steam was linked to the demise of GameStop more so than just digitizing most games in terms of like making them available to a person in their home. But it certainly could. Oh boy. Alright. Cunningham's Law. The best way to get the right answer on the internet is not to ask a question, it's to post the wrong answer. That's really cool. Like that's actually a thing called Cunningham's Law. I like that. Hello, Zoiku. Yeah, I basically told a half-truth that I wasn't feeling well enough to visit them tomorrow. I hate lying, but I'm also realizing they lied, emotionally manipulated me and others a lot over the years. And yet, being the oldest child, I feel responsible for being a good son and such to them. It kind of sucks. I can imagine it does, GL. And, you know, I give you credit for doing what you have to do to take care of yourself. Sometimes that means having to resort to something like that. And, you know, I think if it's in good faith to ourselves and I don't know. I mean, I can sometimes endorse that type of thing. Oh, God. Stay up, stay up, stay up. That's what you think, Coder. If you saw my muscle density, you'd probably think otherwise. Plus, I got my Kardashian hip attachment. Hello, Vex. Okay, I have a confession to make. Borderlands games are absolute garbage and garbage. I've had a hard time liking them as well, Vex. I don't know that I would call them garbage. I certainly respect your opinion on that, but I don't enjoy them very much. So I will say I'm in that boat. I tried. I really did. But didn't do it for me. She was in another store. They were out of the special Wii Switch. We still had some, so they call over to our store since we still had a couple and set one aside, so we do. This was around 4, so the other store is about 20 minutes away. She still isn't here. We closed at 10, so we sold it to a customer and asked for it. Yep. She called 5 minutes before we closed. She said she's on her way. We'll be there in 20. We told her we sold the product. Oh my god. Oh my god, gamer. I could relate to that on so many levels. I have so many stories like that. Barry, thank you very much for that sub, dude. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Have you ever played Injustice? Only a very little amount, Titan. I'm not a huge fighting game person. Would you play Final Fantasy 15 or Kingdom Hearts? I have absolutely zero interest in Kingdom Hearts. Zero. As far as Final Fantasy, probably not. I don't know. I don't particularly enjoy playing MMO type games on stream. I mean, really, like Destiny, I stopped playing Destiny because I kind of ran out of stuff to do in it for the time being, and Death Stranding took over. I have a sense that Death Stranding is going to be my game for a while here. And then the new season of Destiny will be out, so I'm guessing that'll be the next one. I don't know. There are games I like to play off stream. So I've learned that I have to be intentional about what I play on stream and what I play off stream. So it's not that I wouldn't play those, it's that I probably wouldn't stream them. Well, that's very kind of you, Barry. Why don't you like fighting games, and why not Kingdom Hearts? So Kingdom Hearts is super complicated and just is not my style of game. Every time I watch a review of it, or anytime I watch somebody play it, I think to myself, eh. And fighting games, I don't like, mostly because I'm not into having to memorize all the button combinations and stuff. I appreciate them for what they are. I like watching people play fighting games. But I've never really I've never really enjoyed playing them myself. Final Fantasy is not an MMO. Oh, it's not? Or is 14 the MMO? Which one's the MMO? Disney game. Complicated. That's the first. Oh, man, the story in that game, Titan, is ridiculous. I don't think Kingdom Hearts is complicated, but I don't see it as good. Yeah, I don't know.
Never give up,
Mass Effect, Mass Effect, Mass Effect, Mass Effect. Yeah, I know. There was a time, right? I played Mass Effect for a little while. You should play AoE 2. AoE 2. Oh my god, why am I not? Age of Empires 2? Oh god. I like Age of Empires, but I could never stream that and play it at the same time. I wouldn't be able to focus on chat. I have to be able to play games where I can pretty much mindlessly play the game and focus on chat while I do it. Saimu, thank you very much for that sub and for 4 months of support. It's very kind of you to do. It worked on Opera? What were you trying to use before, Victoria? Did you say you were getting the new Star Wars? I think you'd like it. I plan to get that at some point, Coder. I don't know if I'll stream it though. That might be a game I play offline. I'm actually trying to finish God of War offline. You guys remember way back when I was playing that on stream? That was a horrible game for me to play on stream. I could not focus on chat while I was playing it. I love the game, but it was so difficult for me to stream that and talk with everybody while I was playing it. So I'm trying to finish God of War. I think once I finish God of War, I'm going to pick up Star Wars. Zelda Ocarina of Time. Oh god, I've played that game too many times. You played Civilization? I have. Civilization 6 is pretty excellent, Titan. Stardew Valley, you could mindlessly do. Yeah, Stardew Valley would be kind of fun. I've been thinking about picking up Stardew Valley for me and Allie to play together. Because here's the other thing. For those of you who don't stream, something that I have found to be quite interesting is when you choose to play a game on stream, like, you pretty much can only play that game on stream. And when you've got a schedule like mine, that can sometimes be frustrating. Because sometimes, full disclosure, there have been times where I really want to play Death Stranding while I'm not online. But I've only been playing it while I'm online. And so it I mean, it's kind of nice because it gives me extra oomph to go on stream because I'm excited to play Death Stranding. But I also I don't play it while offline. So if I choose a game to play on stream, I have to be willing to sacrifice playing it offline. And there are some games where I just want to be able to sit back and play the game and not stream it at the same time, because it's a different kind of mental energy when I'm streaming. Wait, what? Did I actually complete that? I thought I have to turn in one more. I've still got one more to turn in, so I'm gonna go do that. Firefox and Chrome, they both loop me back. That's weird. Do you have an ad blocker on, Victoria? I wonder if ad blocker was doing something. I think you'd enjoy the Star Wars. Yeah, I do too, Coder. I do intend to play that. Civ is fun, but people take too long when they co-op. Agreed. Agreed. I do love Civ though. I actually met a sound director and a composer for Square Enix at NobCon 2019. I think I remember you mentioning that, D. That's pretty awesome. Morphe's never been as early to stream as when he was playing Death Stranding because he was addicted and he knew he would get upset if he played off stream. Yeah, seriously, Bonnie, I know exactly how that feels. I think you could stream other games, but your chat experience would be more limited. Exactly, Vex. And my priority first and foremost is always on chat. So I want to be focused on you guys and on chat. And if games where I can't do that it's tough for me. I know. God forbid I want to focus on you guys, but have you ever played Skyrim? Yes, I have. Played too much Skyrim. Once the Halo Master Chief Collection comes out, you'll have like 7 years of stream content. Yeah, no kidding. I definitely intend to pick that up. Oh, apparently that was the end of that delivery. Okay. Game is not necessarily a good stream game. I hear that. Hello, Jan. And Vonage, hello. Best and worst stream game in your opinion? This is one of the best, Vonage. I have loved every second of streaming Death Stranding and chatting with everybody. So this is very, very high up the list for me. I will say that I really loved playing Detroit. That was a really awesome stream experience. Loved it. Wolf Among Us was really good too. I'd say that was second to Detroit in terms of story games. And then Destiny 2 for me is always a go-to because I love Destiny and it's very easy for me to chat and play Destiny at the same time. So that's probably my Hall of Fame in terms of streaming games. I will tell you, God of War was one of the worst. Oh yeah, Soma was good too. I enjoyed that Soma run. That was really fabulous. Yeah, somebody mentioned Forager a while back. What I like about Death Stranding is the role of the protagonist as working class POV as a postal worker, not some rich demigod. More relatable to the average Joe. There is something to that, Titan. I would agree with that. Would you ever play nonsense old games that boggle belief that they were even made? I don't know. I don't know that that's really like my style in terms of streaming. Like to me, it's sort of like having a background game that's somewhat mindless but fun enough to watch with a focus on chat. Like I found I have to set aside certain days that are specifically focused on the game, and I have to be upfront about that because there are times where like I'll be playing something. God of War was an example of this, where like I had to pay attention to the game, and so then that's at the expense of chat. But I don't think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think you guys watch me for my gameplay. I have a sense that I'm watched more because of the conversations that we have and more because of the community. So I don't really see myself as a streamer who's sitting there playing the game to play the game while chat just kind of chats to itself, if that makes sense. Good evening, K-Girl. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I love watching you play the Detroit game because of how in-depth you get and how you're analyzing things. It gives us an idea on how psychologist looks like when you talk or what you're thinking. Seriously, Wolfer, that was such a great playthrough. I loved it. I wish I had all of them. It kills me that I do not have all of the playthrough videos of that. All right, let's go ahead and load up the truck. I've had issues where people have moved away from me when I came on too strong and too early in a relationship. Many times I have to tell myself to keep from being too enthusiastic when I meet someone I want to work with or collaborate. Well, it can be hard to keep that in check, D. I think it's a good thing to know, right? Because then you can be aware of it. I think the gameplay is the glue that keeps the two things together. I mean, I would agree with that, Coder. Like, this is having this Death Stranding to play on top of it is absolutely the glue. Oh my God! Look at all these sleeping tablets. What the hell? No way. What the hell? This is crazy. Wow. Okay. Have you played Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Life is Strange? I have played Heavy Rain. The only reason I haven't streamed that is because I know everything about it. So that's not fun because I already know everything. I played Beyond Two Souls on stream for a while, but never finished it because I got bored. And Life is Strange, I played offline. With the theme of building connections in Death Stranding, do you think it's intentionally a game that allows you to interact and connect with viewers that doesn't require your attention? I'm not sure, Vonage. If that was a passive decision that was made about the game, I'm all for it, but I don't know. It certainly has been for me. Yeah, I know, Wolfer. It's going to kill me too. You can only watch streamers who have personality I somehow connect with. You could probably focus on chat less, but it has gotten you to this point. So yeah, I don't know. I love paying attention to chat, so. Timefall resistant wood. God damn. I'm not going to be able to get in this truck. And I'm thinking that I'm going to have to probably dump some of these big-ass containers. Would you recommend getting a PS4 just for Death Stranding? Chev, if you've been watching this playthrough and you've thought to yourself, damn, I absolutely have to play this, then yes. Oh, man. This is bad. But I don't know. I don't know that I would... Well, I shouldn't say that because this would make me want to buy a PS4. Like, if I didn't have a PS4 and I could afford to get a PS4 and I saw this game, I think I would get it. It is coming to PC, though. It's coming to Steam. Had too much caffeine to stay awake to work tonight, so I'm screwed for my shift tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., but my family all behaved, so it was nice. I'm glad they all behaved, K-Girl. Mine was great. It was really nice. I had a great time. What's up? Look into it. Hey, man, I'm astonished how well you manage your time between streaming, gaming, off stream, work, and having a relationship. Yeah, it's all about those boundaries and being very present and intentional while I'm doing the things. Look into it. But I appreciate you saying that. And good morning, Omega. I do got the legs. I actually hate Death Stranding, at least watching it. Do you really, Vex? Well, I'm glad you're here then, given the fact that you don't like it. Oh man. All right. This is rough. I'm going to have to see these sleeping tablets. Why do I have to have so many of these damn things? So I have to deliver all of these. I'm just going to dump these ceramics. And then we're going to put all these sleeping tablets in the truck. So many sleeping tablets. Oh my God. All right, we'll see if I can drive the truck now. I'm afraid when this channel gets bigger, the chat goes way too fast. So, okay, so many people have mentioned that, Hoffman, and I will say, when I got raided by Zine a while back and had 298 people watching me, keeping up with chat was actually not too hard. So I'm not super worried about it, to be honest with you. It's easy when I can see the pings and stuff. So as the community has grown, it's still like, I mean, my average viewership has been steadily going up, and it hasn't really been too bad. I mean, I think if I had in the thousands watching me, it would be a little bit more difficult. I'd have to really be prepared for that. But I think I could probably sustain pretty easily the way that I sustain chat right now, up to like probably like 300 to 400. I think if it got past that, it would be difficult. But like, I watch some people who are in the 300 to 400 range, and their chat looks very manageable. Like, I practice. That is one thing I have started to do. Oh, I see what you're saying, Hoffman. Well, I mean, I would certainly respect that if you felt like you couldn't jump in. It would bum me out because I love hearing from you. Naturally resistant wood. Can I load that on too? Oh my God, nerd. Yeah, right. Just imagine if we had 10,000 spamming stupid emotes. Well, it could happen. But I don't think it would. All right, let's drive. Let's drive. Okay. Well, sometimes I know I miss posts sometimes. That's why I always ask people to repeat. I keep switching between here and Zine stream. Dead by Daylight. Is he playing Dead by Daylight right now? I saw that he was playing marbles. I think this is the only chat where I'd bother to try to talk, because in other streams I tend to just lurk. This community is so different in a good way. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Wolfer. I agree. It's a mishmash. Ah, okay. He's been streaming for like 10 hours? Holy cow. Long time. See, that's something I don't know that I've really figured out how I would master, like the idea of doing a stream. I think the longest stream I've ever done is maybe like 5.5 or 6 hours, and I remember being absolutely exhausted by the end of it. Like the idea of doing 10-hour streams, whew, that takes a level of endurance that, oh no, no. Oh, shit. Oh, this is bad. This is really freaking bad. 15 hours, Anthony? Holy hell. I mean, I respect the endurance. I don't have that kind of endurance. Come on. I gotta knock these guys out. Oh, I would hope they're taking breaks if they're streaming for that long, Simon. Oh, God. I will say the combat in this game, not the greatest. Okay. Screw you, buddy. I'm out of here. Yeah, BB's not happy. Peace. That was bad. That was a bad sequence right there. Oh. Okay. Oh. That was rough, y'all. I don't know why this game is not just a movie. Oh, it'd be a boring movie, Vex. I mean, having to just watch somebody deliver a shitload of packages, I don't know that I would find that to be particularly interesting. Wait, deliver requested cargo. Wait, what? Planting kits, old wine, artworks. Do I not have any of that on here? All right, whatever. We're gonna go deliver the other stuff then. Oh, and of course we have to deliver the tablets up the mountain. Oh, man. If you're going to get a pet, what would you get? Cats. Easy, Lemon. Cats. I noticed I can play forever and it's easy, but if I'm streaming, it feels like it takes forever. Yeah, it's a whole different energy, Victoria. Whole different energy. It's not a very interesting as a game. See, there are very few games I've seen be as polarizing as this one. Like, it seems to me that people either really love the game like I do, or they can't stand it. But there does not really ever seem to be a middle ground where people are like, yeah, it's all right. It's kind of like, okay, either you could see it and stream it and be like, or like watch it and be like, let me put my words together. Sort of like you could either watch it or play it and really like it, or be like, this is really stupid. And so for those of you that think this game is really stupid, yet you still come and hang out, I do appreciate that you still come in here and hang out. Because it's hard to watch something that you don't like. But I love the game. I really do. Whether it's my game of the year, I don't know what I'd actually make my game of the year. This might be it. Oh, no. 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 Oh. I agree, it's the correct choice. The game is a walking simulator, and that's fine. That's exactly right. I think Detroit was game of the year for the stream. Oh, yeah. I would agree. That's actually probably... That's a good assessment, Victoria. I would agree. That was just an overall fabulous experience for everyone involved. Just clicking on all cylinders. I really hope that this is a okay way to drive this. Oh my god. Is this... Oh god. Come on. Come on. Oh no. All right. Come on, physics. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's go. Okay. I think this is a game kids would really hate, but adults would enjoy a lot more. Oh, yeah. Kid me would have hated this. Absolutely. Oh, come on. You can make this car. Oh, no. I'm going to wake Allie up from yelling. Oh, my God. Guys. Guys. This is a nightmare right now. What is going on? I mainly use the stream as a podcast, so most of the gameplay is irrelevant to me. I glance occasionally, but I don't watch. I could get down with that, Didion. I totally understand that. I'm glad you do. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yes. I persevered and we got it. This truck is the Skyrim horse. Just believe. That's right. Oh, yeah. This guy's like, how on earth did you get this thing up here? Wait, what are you talking? What? Why can't I deliver the cargo? Powerful sleeping tablets. Oh, because they don't register. Oh, man, it's annoying that those don't register as being on the truck. So can I pull the truck in? All right, let's put them all on my back. Put everything that's on my back in the truck. Right? Okay. All right. Kingdom Come Deliverance. I feel like I've heard of that. Is it an RPG? You guys like that? I'm like that. I look like that guy. You ever see those Domino's commercials where it has the guy who he's able to fold the most pizza boxes? He has the record for it. That's what that just felt like. Oh my God, Victoria, that would kill me. If I had to squint in order to read all those. Oh. Standard order. 20 sleeping tablets. Here you go, man. Most pain in the ass delivery I've ever made in my life. Good night, Shalua. Thank you again for the sub tonight. Appreciate it. I saw a thread on Reddit from a dad with a 12-year-old son that wanted to stream. Personally, even if the kid were 13, that's way too young to stream and be exposed to. Yeah, I tend to lean toward agreeing on that, D.
Wow, this is great.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that I would find a 12-year-old interesting to watch stream. Like, what? It just seems a little weird to me, but. Who am I to judge? You start the game not knowing how to read? Whoa, God. So, I mean, are we talking about a game that requires a lot of cognitive thought to play? Because again, for me to stream stuff, I need somewhat mindless. I don't need those resins at all. So, I'm not going to take it. Thanks, but no thanks, man.
Until next time.
I'm honestly, I'm with you, Bonnie.
Please access delivery terminal for.
Opera has a new gamer-focused browser that has my favorite color theme of red and black, so I love it regardless now. Oh man, you must love Dr. Disrespect, Victoria. Handmade pickles. Do I deliver the handmade pickles? Playing God in The Sims would be amazing. For stream, Thidian? Or do I go collection of photos? I'm thinking I go collection of photos. I'm not going to deliver the pickles yet. I'll deliver the pickles on my way back. Well, actually, I could wait a minute. I could put the pickles on. I could put the pickles on my back. And I'll put them in the truck, and then that way I don't have to come back here. I have a truck. What the hell am I thinking? Let's deliver some pickles. What's up, Katislav? Good to see you, man. And hello, Llama. I have actually never played a Sims game. How's Amazon Prime Delivery Simulator going? I mean, it feels like Black Friday with all the packages I've had to deliver today. I had to carry 20 sleeping tablets. All right, let's just go ahead and... wait a minute. What is this? I saw a picture on Metal Gear Solid where Snake pops out from a box on normal Redis's back. It'd be cool. Do they have any Metal Gear Solid Easter eggs in this game? Imagine Death Stranding mixed with the beautiful Oblivion-style surroundings dealing with real problems from medieval Europe. Fascinating. And the name of it... okay, hold on. Now I've already forgotten the name of it. Lemon, which game was it? Oh my god, I can't believe I already forgot the name. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Thank you. God damn. I can't believe I forgot it. Okay.
Thank you for your
I'm so confused about what is this wanting me to do? There's no cargo that can be delivered. I don't understand. All right, whatever. I'm delivering the pickles. That's all you asked. Is that a relatively new game, Lemon? And there's a sign that said game over. Okay. Resident Evil 2 RE is $25 on Steam. That's the one that just came out recently, right, Hoffman? I caved and got 2 games today. See, I honestly did not buy any games today. I don't even know what I'd buy. I suppose it's a decent problem to have. Oh no, my truck's running out of battery. And I always try to go this way, and this never works out for me. Truck's battery is running out. I know. All right, we gotta get over this hump. Pray for me. Pray for me. Oh! All right, we need to get on the highway super fast here before this thing runs out of juice. It's a real old school RPG. It's like 90s style. Oh, baby. I'm thinking of picking it up. About new games, seen GTFO. I know it sounds like I'm kidding, but it's actually a game under development. That's the, it's like a horror game, isn't it, Katislav? All right, truck's back on the power grid. Is this road? Yeah, because this road doesn't go there, so I'm gonna stay on the road, and we're gonna go deliver. It's easy for me to not buy most games I can't run. Well, that's certainly a good blocker. You should totally talk about the psychology of sales. Oh, about how most sales aren't actually sales. They're just there because we like to think that we're saving something, so that's why people mark things up before they mark them down. Is that what you're referring to? Brought to my attention the other day. Yeah, I think somebody mentioned it to me before too, Ketislav. Oh, congratulations, Ketislav. That's exciting, dude. That's awesome. Congratulations. Cheers to that, fellow affiliate. Oh yeah, that's another one that I've been wanting to play, Vex. I had actually played Red Dead 1 back a while ago and never finished it, of course, and then was like, oh yeah, I'll finish this and then Red Dead 2 will come out. And then never finished it. Never even started. I never even bought it. I don't even own Red Dead. And now that it's on PC, I saw it's having issues on PC. Why is Aloy here? That's really confusing for me why Aloy's here. Sales that say you save X amount, but you have to buy more than you save. Right, exactly. Well, because that's the thing is, you're not saving. Okay, here's one thing. When something says save $30, so say you're going to buy something for $80 and then it's on sale for $50 and it says you save $30, you don't save $30, you still spend $50. It's really quite interesting to me the way that that works, because that presupposes that you spent $80 and that they saved you the $30 by charging you $50, but you still spent $50. It's just making you think that you've somehow, like, it's a way to make it so that you can justify it in your brain that I needed to buy it now, or else I would miss out on the fact that I would have to buy it at a higher amount. But one way that I was always taught to think about whether you should buy something if it's not a necessary item is if somebody handed you the item or a stack of money that's the amount that it costs, which one would you take? And that has actually saved me a few times from buying something where I'm like, okay, so let's say I want to buy a $50 sweatshirt. Somebody says, all right, well, I can either hand you the sweatshirt, I can hand you the $50. There are times where I'd be like, oh shit, like I could really use the $50. So I ought to rethink about spending the $50 here. Yeah, you're spending money. You're not saving anything. You're saving $50 if you don't buy the thing. And even then you're not saving it. You're just, well, I guess you technically are. You're holding on to it. What about buy one, get one free? I mean, that one depends because, like, you know, there are some deals that you can get where, like, that actually is pretty legitimate. Like, I will say at GameStop, when they do the buy two used, get one free sale, that's pretty legit. I've gotten a lot of free games that way.
Delivering cargo.
I think that's different because you're getting more items at the same price,
It's you.
if that makes sense.
How's it going?
I wish I could do that.
Wow. Hearing all this
That
got
buys
me
things when I'm depressed. That's a common thing. Often, buying things when depressed and buying things when anxious is very common. Spending money and not spending money takes a lot of discipline. And it can be very hard. And honestly, it's something in my own life I have struggled with before.
Go ahead and grab it whenever.
A lot of people tend to spend a lot of money when they're in a manic episode. More so than depressed, but it's not like you can't be depressed and also feel inclined to spend money, so.
Seeing you in action.
I buy things when depressed, trying to make myself happy. Yep. I mean, you can get a dopamine hit by hitting the buy button on something and purchasing something.
Please access delivery terminal for further.
I have 2 things in my Amazon shopping cart. It's hard. It's hard, man, to have the discipline for that stuff sometimes. Famous writers' fountain pens. Oh, God, I don't know that I want to do that. Do I still have... Oh, God, let's see. Distribution center south of Lake Knot City. See, this is bad. Because I don't have enough juice to get to the distribution center south of Lake Knot City. Or the dopamine hit when you buy an Audi that you know you can barely afford. That's spoken from experience, Llama. Seems oddly specific. Okay. I have a tendency to be impulsive on a lot of things, which I've realized over the last few years. So whenever I think somebody has a really great idea right now, I try to make myself wait at least 12 hours. Yeah, you could do yourself a lot of good by having the discipline to do stuff like that. And it can be tough. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it can be tough. But if we can recognize impulses as just that, as impulses, it can be very helpful. Because then sometimes it empowers people to see it as manageable. Oh, shit. Do I potentially have the... I might have the actual materials to be able to build this road. This would be pretty sweet if I could do this. Rebuild roads. So, chiral crystals I can do. But I don't have any metals. Damn. Okay. It is very tough. Hello, Lillian. It is very tough, Victoria. I have a tendency to not buy things in general. I'll buy them for the farm and stuff, but for myself, I suck at self-care sometimes. I mean, yeah, it's all relative, right? I just look at it as food or stuff. Sometimes stuff wins. That can happen. The environment in this game is from Iceland. I want to visit there someday. That's what I heard. I would love to go to Iceland as well. It would be really neat. Man. Wish I had metals to be able to provide to that, but I don't, so we're just going to drive. Hey, Cladnar. The clinical boarding school I work at, there were no incident reports I needed to do. All right. Well, that's nice. Get a little time off from that, Cladnar. Good to see you, by the way. Good to have all of you in here. Oop, looks like this is where I bid this truck adieu. Just going to leave it here. Alright, carry on my back. Really? Do I have to watch this animation every single time? I'm not into that. So let's go. Oh, baby. Let's go ahead and optimize this. Wait, Lillian, what did I miss? Lillian, what the hell did I miss? You said hi. Oh, wait, this is random, but I'm excited. I just had my first Thanksgiving in 6 years. My first good Thanksgiving ever. I'm so happy. Awesome. Oh, Victoria, did you just do that thing where you popped that into my feed? Because that was very clutch. Awesome. Thank you. Lillian, that is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you, Victoria. Do I play any instruments? Yes, I play the guitar. And I play the guitar on stream sometimes, Anthony. When you jam into some John Mayer again. I did a guitar stream. When did I do that? Last Wednesday or last Sunday? Vidian, thank you for gifting Lillian that sub. That was very kind of you to do, man. I appreciate it. I blubbered my happy all over Discord. Because restraint, what's that? That's exactly what it's there for, Lillian. I'm glad you did. Let's just say I unfortunately had to miss Thanksgiving due to work, and I was so sad I couldn't be there with my family. So tragic. You know, I know that for some, Thanksgiving is not a holiday that's exciting. I got you, Victoria. I just saw your message. Let's see. Or Christmas. Yeah. I mean, the holidays in general for people can be really difficult. Let's see. And there's also like social pressure for them to not be hard, right? Like it's sort of like we're told like, oh, you know, everybody should be so happy. It's the holidays. You should love it. You should just, oh my goodness. And nobody really ever talks about how like for so many people it's miserable, yet we're never really able to talk about that. I ain't gonna fall, Victoria. I ain't gonna fall. I took Polaroids when I was there because I actually just tend to bring it with me to events, but somehow it made me super emotional. Like I was finally getting a do-over on all those, and because I'm old and that's what we had when I was a kid. That's super cool. I think that's awesome. My brother just had his first Thanksgiving alone, separated from his wife, going through divorce. That could be hard too, right? Like, especially when you've come to expect Thanksgiving to go a certain way, and then you have these different family changes. Sometimes good, sometimes not good. Christmas is gonna suck, but I'm gonna make it the best for my cat ever. She's gonna be eating roast chicken and pigs in a blanket. I'm gonna make it the best day for my cat. Oh, nice. I'm all about treating our animals good. What's up, tree hugger? Good to see you, dude. Welcome in. I personally napped when my dad was here, was thankful to get to sleep. What I hope to do is have a neutral phone conversation with him about non-personal topics and make him not feel alone. That sounds pretty noble, D. It's very kind of you. And if you do say how little you enjoy it, people tend to force you to like it. Yeah. Seriously, I like the holidays for me for a long time were not great because of working in retail and hating it. And I would say that to people, I'd be like, look, I'm not looking forward to the holidays because I mean, I still somewhat believe this, but not as strongly as I used to. But the holidays tends to bring out the worst in people. And we like to talk about how it brings out the best in people, but that has never really been my experience. And whenever I said that, it was always like this super unpopular opinion. And people be like, no, the holidays is just like, it's such a great time for everybody. Like, you're just, why do you have to be such a Debbie Downer? And be like, look, I'm just telling you my experience. That's all. Doesn't mean that my experience is right, but it's my experience. And just because I don't look forward to it doesn't mean that you don't like, just doesn't mean that you look forward to it. If you like the holidays, you like the holidays. I don't. I spent it with him. Well, part of it, that was really kind of you to do, Hoffman. I'm sure he appreciated that, or at the very least, I hope he did. My dogs get their own little Thanksgiving. Nice. People get really entitled to service people on the holidays. Yeah. It just... Retail, I feel so badly for people in retail during the holidays. I really do. I'm going to take a shower here. We're going to rest up a little bit here, Sam. Everyone at work was mostly more awesome than normal. I think it was kind of, we're all stuck here together. Let's make it the best we can. Well, that makes sense given the setting you work in. Here in my country, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I do cook. What's the best Thanksgiving recipe I absolutely have to prepare? I don't know if you have sweet potatoes where you live, Katislav, but candied sweet potatoes with marshmallows and brown sugar is where it's at. My dog loves unwrapping presents, whether they're hers or not. On my last birthday, she pouted through me opening my first present. I had to give her the rest to open. That's hilarious.
Good morning, Sam.
That person did think your experience was valid. Wait, which one, Hoffman? My dad tends to get more referrals to his clinic around the holidays. Yep. We used to get way more calls at the crisis center around the holidays. Good night, Thidian. I hope work goes as well as it can for you tomorrow. I know you're prepping for it, but I do hope it goes well. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for gifting the sub to Lillian. That was very kind of you to do. Yeah, I'm not into Black Friday either. I'm going to sit on my ass tomorrow and enjoy a day with my wife rather than... I mean, if I ever do any shopping on Black Friday, it's going to be online. It's not going to be in retail. The person that called you a Debbie Downer for saying that holidays sucks? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I get why it would be a Debbie Downer. Like, I get it because people want to be happy during the holidays, and for some, they feel the sense that like it's got to be a happy time, and I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not. I don't. I try not to give people a hard time for that, but I don't particularly. I have come around to the holidays a little bit more recently now that I don't work retail. But hey, Nighthawk. Cyber Monday's where it's at. Yeah. I can buy one already done. Not into pastries. Oh, apple pie. Okay. Being checks.
That should suffice.
I survived Thanksgiving. Congratulations, Nighthawk.
The latest in our line of EX grenades.
I just don't see why people can't accept that everyone's experience is different. I've been on both sides of the line. It's hard for people, Lillian. People are very... I mean, okay, so I don't say this as like a slight on humans. It's just natural human tendency. Is we filter our own experience, like we filter the world through our own experiences, and we're limited in what those experiences are. And there are some people that have a harder time using deductive reasoning and ways of viewing the world as opposed to inductive. Some people just filter everything through their own experience. So when somebody's experience doesn't align with theirs, they can't wrap their heads around it because they are trying to force it within their own schema that is built through their own experiences. I think Negative Nathan is better for guys. I like Negative Nathan. I like that. I remember going to the local mall on Black Friday and the crowd was more like a stampede. Oh man, there was like a period of time where Black Friday was like in its heyday. It seems like maybe what, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, where it was just a freaking mess. And I could not believe how animalistic people, well, I could, but I also can't believe how animalistic people would be. I want to highlight that he just made a bomb out of your poop. He did indeed. I'm gonna go full ape on him and throw my poop at stuff. By me, I mean Sam is going to. I think I may go to the mall just for people watching. See, I could get down with that. I mean, Black Friday's not as horrible as it used to be now because everybody's running Black Friday sales like the whole month now. It's almost like Black Friday is not that special anymore, and it's kind of watered down. I remember last year, my mom and my wife went and did some Black Friday shopping, and they said it was not bad at all. I totally agree, Lillian. It's interesting. I was having this conversation with a friend the other day. I moved a lot growing up. I lived in 5 different states before I finished high school. It made me a lot more isolated, withdrawn from other people. But it also made me, after I did some growing up, have so much more awareness of different types of people. It'll do that. We got a free TV from Target once. Cashier and door checker missed that we had a 75-inch TV. Holy crap. Thanksgiving isn't special anymore? What do you mean, Hoffman? I don't know about the full-time job part because they're still interviewing, but I will start shadowing and training soon to help with the utilization management. That's awesome, Victoria. Also, Victoria, to answer your question that you posted in Discord, I never played the first Watch Dogs. I remember seeing the promos for it and thought it looked badass and was excited that it took place in Chicago. But I never ended up playing it. Oh man, I gotta deliver these pickles. I got a lot of pickles on my back, and we got a long walk.
Beginning scan. Footwear condition poor. Replacement is advised. Keep on keeping up.
Got pickles to deliver. I got 2 pickles. I got 2 pickles. I got 2 pickles. Hey, hey. Only I've got like 10 pickles. Oh my goodness, oh yeah, dude, you got time. Congratulations again, dude, on the affiliate. That's exciting stuff, man. Appreciate you stopping by. I think because I constantly having to get used to new cultures, even in a regional sense, I became much more aware my way of looking at things wasn't the only way. Indeed. We figured the cashier would get in trouble if we brought it back in, so we figured let an employee keep their job and us get a free TV. Target is no joke. You know, interestingly, I can actually follow that thought pattern because I have personally seen workers get screwed by something like that happening. I'm not going to go into any detail about it, but I have seen where somebody got absolutely screwed because a customer came in, to be honest, with something like that, and then the employee got in trouble. And it would have been better off if the person had just walked out with the merch. How backwards is that? It's like it's punishing people for being honest. Terrible. Christmas starts at Halloween. Also, stores are now open on Thanksgiving. It's a non-holiday. Yeah, I refuse to shop anywhere on Thanksgiving for that reason. And I hate that Christmas starts after Halloween. With a fiery, burning passion. Absolutely hate it. I guess I'm living in a major metropolitan area. It's different. But it's not often that Colorado's in video games, so I was hype about Metal Gear Rising and Horizon Zero Dawn. Wait, Colorado is in Horizon Zero Dawn? Also, I played the shit out of that game when it came out. The game was awesome. So what you're saying is Crime Pit. No, but in some instances, because of how backwards shit can be. My manager was asking about the Christmas tree about a week ago. Oh, man. I think we're putting ours up tomorrow. Allie's cool about me hating on Christmas until... I prefer not to celebrate the holidays until December. But luckily, Thanksgiving was late this year, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and cross the river and get out of mule territory. It takes place in post-apocalyptic future Colorado. I had no idea. That's awesome. I think I'd handle the holidays better if it wasn't jammed down our throats so bad. Well, it became corporatized. It became something that it became about consumerism as opposed to anything else. That's what happens when you live, especially in somewhere like the U.S. It's all about capitalism. You capitalize all of it. I don't think I used the proper word there, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, once it became all about sales and shopping and blah, 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 it became a lot less fun. My favorite thing is when my birthday lands on Thanksgiving. You get a nice meal on Thanksgiving, or on your birthday. One of my favorite things about the holidays is the irony of Charlie Brown's Christmas is sponsored by Macy's. Right. Sent you a link on the wiki page to all the IRL sites. Oh, sweet. Thanks, Victoria. Can I build that road? I don't have the metals in order to build it. I need metals and I need some other material. I don't have the mats for it, unfortunately. Because I would love to build this road and get it completed all the way down to that loop so that I can drive that truck. Let me go see what I need because I may be able to come back with it. Build roads, not walls. That's right. Building roads to the south. Kaladnar for press. So I need... All right, I need metals and ceramics. Can do. Oh shit, it is 107. We are getting close to wall territory. More like with that attitude, you'd lose, Kaladnar. Just kidding. I wouldn't run for president. You couldn't pay me to do that. Yes, they do, Simu. Michigan's got horrible roads. Crappy. I love how fast I can run on this street. This is awesome. I really should get... I'm going to go grab a bike. This is stupid that I'm running like this when I could just hop on one of those strikes. I don't know what target would lose on it. My conscience would have been very troubled if I had gotten a free TV, but that's my issue. Well, it's... Seriously, the way that stuff works in corporate is... I mean, corporations budget for loss. Like, I remember in GameStop, in our budget, we had budgeted out stuff for losses, but yeah, I mean, things are so punitive that it's like a part-time employee could get in trouble for that instead of them being like, hey, okay, cool, shit happens. It's Black Friday. That was really cool that person spared us, the craziness of not, I don't know. It drives me nuts. All right, so I need metals. Grab 1,000 metals. Grab 200 kilograms of metals. And... oh, I'm going to be over encumbered. Oh, shit. Okay, maybe not. Nope, I gotta deliver the pickles. I gotta deliver pickles first. So I need to make some boots. Those for sure I gotta do. And I should have made a trike, and I didn't, because I'm a knucklehead. Footwear on. All right, we're good. Dead body thief. Hello. Welcome in. When I was working in Subway. Wait, can I have a secretary? Wait, hold on a second. Wait. I mean, have you heard of nuclear football? I have not heard of nuclear football. What are you wanting a secretary for, Hoffman? Do you always wear a cap? Yes, I do. Although I will say I took my hat off on stream 2 days ago. But yeah, I always wear a hat. While I'm doing therapy, while I'm streaming, while I'm at home, I've always got a hat on. It's been like that for basically my whole life. I love wearing hats. I feel weird when I don't have a hat on. I like being constricted just about everywhere. So a hat sort of satisfies that, I guess. I'm running for president. Hoffman is going to be my secretary to keep me on task and not miss appointments. He's requesting a secretary to delegate further. Ah, secretary for the secretary. Secretaryception. Sure, Hoffman. We'll make it happen, dude. Can I call up a... Let's see if I can call up a vehicle here. Garage, yes. Okay, beautiful. Long range trike. Yeah, let's go. Give me your vehicle. I did take my hat off, dead body. I did. You can see my locks.
The paths we walk become roads, Sam. See the tracks you left behind? They tell a story.
Ooh, I could attach some metals to this. Maybe we'll get some on the way back.
So be proud of those tracks.
You get to be Secretary of Mental Health and Gaming? Well, that's very kind of you.
Keep leaving.
I'll take that.
Let people know you're out there. Give them the courage to come together.
Oh, way,
As
dead
you
body.
expand the network and
Way.
meet your fellow Americans,
Can I be Secretary of the Secretary? Oh, God. All right, you guys all sort out what secretary you want to be. The hierarchy of secretaryship. We'll go from there. Speaking of delegation, it's really awesome when people like teachers and doctors delegate their responsibility for reporting child abuse. Yeah. Yes, Victoria, indeed. It's all good, dead body. It's all good. Take a breath. We're good. We're cool. I need food. I want to watch some more Buffy. All right, Hoffman. Have a good night, dude. Appreciate you being here. Caps are cruise control for cool. Oh, yeah. Remember when Nightbot used to block people out if they spoke in all caps? Stupid. This bike is slow. I have been good, dead body. I had an enjoyable day today. I'm looking forward to chilling out tomorrow. Hanging out with my beautiful wife. How are you? All right, let's go. We got to hope that I don't get hit by these guys. I'm tired of going through mule territory on this road. And the fact that they can chuck those javelins at me, so annoying. This bike looks cool until you look at it from the front. It looks kind of like a weenie bike from the front. But from the back, it looks like I could be like Batman. Wasn't anything too major as group therapy, but still. Yeah, that's kind of yikes.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Let's deliver the pickles. We're delivering pickles, yo. Some of these handmade, delicious, and nutritious pickles. Let's get that 5-star rating. Sounds like it, Kaladnar.
Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Okay.
Deliver handmade pickles. Fresh to your door. Blame Sam Porter Bridges, Hoffman.
Hey, Sam. Good to see you. Wow. This is way more than we expected. Thank you, Sam.
This is way more pickles. That's a lot of nuts. You're welcome, man. Enjoy. Enjoy the vinegary goodness.
Until the next delivery, stay safe.
I'm not good. I was just listening to you talk. I lurked forever. You were just making me feel better without actually knowing I was even here. Well, dead body, I appreciate you coming out of lurk to say that. I'm glad that listening to me and hanging out with us helps in some way. And I appreciate you telling me that. It's always cool to know. Ooh, an urgent delivery. A pacemaker. Oh, shit. Yo, let's get this pacemaker to the elder. We got 45 minutes. Resins and alloys, that can wait. We got to deliver this pacemaker. For health. Do people make their own pickles? Apparently, in this game they do. That's right, dead body. That is, you know, it's nice to be able to hang out with each other. You don't have people to hang out with, you can always find community on Twitch, which is really a neat part of this platform. It's why I like doing this. So if you can get some extra mental health info or just a wonderful sense of community, I'm down. So glad you're here. The flavor is so much better homemade. There's actually nuance to it, and it's so good. I mean, is it literally just a matter of soaking it in like white vinegar? Or like what kind of vinegar do you soak cucumbers in order to get the best pickles? I've always wondered that because I hate cucumbers is my least favorite food in the entire world. I cannot stand cucumbers, but I like pickles. So I'd be into making my own pickles if I could learn how to do it. And Joe? What the hell is Joe? Depends on the pickle you want. So I don't like sweet pickles. Those like sweet buttery pickles can kiss my ass. Those are nasty. Oh my God, Victoria. You're lucky I love you. I think you create vinegar by letting it ferment. Wait, you even make your own vinegar? That's like true baller status. Not only do I make my own pickles, I make my own vinegar that the pickles are made. Let's go. Let's get this guy his pacemaker. Beer pickles? Ooh. I got my pickle game on lockdown. That's right. Salt and vinegar. If that's all you are pickling it and only then it sucks. You want to put a variety of spices and such in it. So what are the types of spices that we need to be doing to make our delicious pickles? Like if I was going to make DrMick special pickles. What would I need to put in DrMick special pickles in order for you guys to be like, yeah, dude, that's the shit. That's what you need to be putting in pickles if I'm going to eat it. Obviously, okay, so dill. I know that seems so cliche though. That really looked like it said Chick-fil-A Mignons lost cargo. Deliver some Chick-fil-A, dill, fennel, coriander. Dill, coriander, mustard seeds. Ooh. Well, I'm in mule territory right now. I don't know that I like that. I'm going to go back this way. Just sell it. We still eat that shit. Yeah, see, instead of merch, we're going to have DrMick's special pickles. You don't need t-shirts. You don't need stickers. You need pickles. Am I right or am I right? Maybe we'll get pickle smelling stickers. Scratch and sniff stickers that smell like pickles. So when you scratch it, you matter. It smells like a delicious vinegar cucumber mix. Or we'll put stickers on the top of the pickle jar. Cargo ruined. You guys remember when I drove the truck over here? It's way easier to do this with this bike. He says as he crashes the bike. Oh my God. Oh my God. Come on. Stickers soaked in a pickle jar. See? There we go. Now we're getting it. Have you ever made bread? I feel like maybe I did when I was a kid or something. I remember we had a bread maker. All right, I got this man his pacemaker. We got it to him fast. Oh, dude, a dead body. You do not have to feel bad about subbing. I will never, ever, ever, ever make any of you feel bad for not subbing. I'm just glad you're here, spending your time with us.
Delivering cargo.
Pickle Express. There was a place when I was in my undergrad at Purdue. There was a restaurant called Nico's Spicy Pickle, and it was the best sandwich shop I've ever been to in my life. It was so good. Saimu, thank you very much for gifting that sub to Dead Body. That was very kind of you to do. Very kind of you to do.